Hey, what's going on, YouTube, internet tribe? I ain't gonna waste too much time on this video. I want to get right into it. As you can tell by the thumbnail, the description, or the title of the video, it's like a story time video, sort of an uncomfortable one. Now, what I want to talk about is my most uncomfortable experience door dashing. Now, this happened to me the other day. Trust me, let me finish this. It ain't gonna be like no other story that y'all probably done heard from dashers. But I was door dashing the other day. It was Friday. It was middle of the afternoon, probably around like 5 or 6 o'clock the evening, closer to the evening than the afternoon, but around 5, 6 o'clock. Pick up my first dash of the day, a McDonald's order. No big deal. This is like 2 mile drop off, and I'm right by the crib. So I take the order, pick it up, not too long, but wait like 5 minutes, go to the customer house, drop the order off, no contact delivery, all good. We all good. Then I get another order about that. My video had cut out, storage full, iPhone problems. But as I was saying, I was picking up this Grubhub order because I was multi-apping at the time. And when I got out at the restaurant about to pick the food up, I realized my pocket was inside out and I didn't have my wallet. So now I'm like, okay, I gotta go get my wallet. So I'm thinking it's either at the crib or at the customer house because it was a McDonald's order, and I went through the drive-through. And every time I got out, it was at the customer house. So I figured I gotta double back to the customer house to go get my wallet. So I canceled the order, started doubling back to the customer house, and the street the customer was on got all these drain ditches, like on the side. Like, so you can't really go nowhere. There's like no sidewalk or nothing. There's only driveways and drain ditches. So as I'm coming down the street to come get my wallet and I'm approaching the house, I notice there's a dude a couple doors down. He's on one of those V ladders and he's doing something on a tree. As I'm coming down the street and approaching the house I need to get to, he jumps off and starts running towards my car and waving something. So he jumps off the ladder on some WWE shit and starts running towards my car with something in his hand going like this. So as I'm slowing down and stopping, I start to turn, like as he was turning to the driveway, because the house I need to get to is literally like right there in front of me. But the dude, he's waving and start yelling, so I stop hard. And at this point, I'm in the middle of the street with my wheel turned all the way to the left. And you got all these drain ditches on the side. And by the time I roll my window down, and this is what everything, can't snap for shit, but this is what everything switches and changes. As I look over, the dude has a gun pointed at me. I'm about 10, 15 away from him. More than 10 feet, less than 15 type of shit. And he's in front of the drain ditch, like almost in the street, but in front of the drain ditch and like in front of the house I was trying to get to. So I couldn't really turn into the driveway or he'd be looking me dead in the face, and I couldn't go nowhere because all these ditches are around me. So if I double back or tried to go forward or backwards or to the left too much, to the right, I would have been in the ditch. And my wheel is turned all the way, so I can't just keep going and skirt off straight. So as he's pointing his gun at me, he's yelling something at me like slow down and whoop whoop and all this. And I try to look over to my glove box, and that's when it dawned on me I didn't have my strap with me either. So I'm out here naked. My man's caught me lacking. I can't even duck off because all these ditches and my car at a bad angle. And he's just yelling, and he's in the shooting position like these with the gun, and he's just, rambling, going on and yelling. Unfortunately, this isn't like my first time doing that or haven't been in that situation, unfortunately, but it's all kind of the same feeling, especially when you can't do nothing or you're in a fucked up position like I was. So I basically couldn't do nothing, dude yelling. So I just said, fuck it. Put my hands out the window because I ain't got shit. Can't beam off nowhere. I started trying to explain to the dude what's going on because he yelling at me, telling me to slow down. You going too fast. Whoop, whoop. So I'm like, hey, bro, I'm just trying to get my wallet. I'm sorry if I was going fast. I'm just trying to get my wallet. I do apologize, but I'm just trying to get to this house. You can watch me pull into the house. I'm just trying to get my wallet. We'll just keep repeating myself because he just keep yelling. So we going back and forth. I'm still looking around with my hands out the window like this, trying to get him to calm down or do something. And we just keep going back and forth. And as I keep looking around, By the time we in the middle of it, I noticed there's like 3, 4 neighbors outside now. One of them was on the phone with somebody, probably assuming the police, because my man was yelling that he heard me or they heard me coming down from the main street and all this. I got a shit box clapped out Chevy. I'm probably not going too fast, too loud anywhere, but it was a residential. I was probably going about 35, max 40, you know. But by the time we in the middle of it, and the neighbors outside, I noticed there's like 3 cars behind me. It's a red Ford Focus and a black Ford pickup, probably F-150 or whatever. And by the time we noticed a whole bunch of people outside and cars behind me now, the dude just got a gun pointed at me and me got my hands out the window. So he finally said something like, yeah, I heard it all the time, plenty of times or whatever. Just get the fuck up out of here. So he put the gun down and he just turned around. And as soon as he did that, I beamed off probably 100 miles per hour down that street like, fuck. Because I can't get my walk. This dude out here hot-headed and shit. I ain't got shit on me, so I'm in a bad position. So I say, fuck, I got to get the fuck on. So I beam off, bust a right, and hit straight all the way back to the crib. But as I'm doing this, I'm like, fuck, I don't got my wallet. Dude just called me lacking. I still need to get my shit. At this point, it didn't down on me to call the police for obvious reason later. But at this time, it didn't. So then I'm like, fuck, I gotta get back to the crib. I'm like, I gotta get back to the crib, get my shit, and come back and get my wallet. I might have to double back on old dude because I still need my shit, and it's some bullshit. Very uncomfortable situation, yeah, right? But as soon as I get back to the crib, I go to hit the room, hit the dresser, boom. My wallet right there in the dresser. So I just sit down real quick, woosah, calm down, woosah. I was just breathing for about a couple minutes, and I called my boy, talked to him, and ran everything down with him. Let him know what's up, let him know I'm good and straight and shit. And at that point I was happy I got my wallet. I'm in the crib now at this point. Dude ain't shoot me, ain't nothing happened, ain't no doubling. You feel me? Everything good. Everybody made it home. And that's it. iPhone storage full again, 4K motherfucker. But it was at that point I realized how quick it was that I could have became a victim of that situation. But that's pretty much the whole story. I didn't want to get into too much details and trying to recall all that because it did happen a couple days ago. I really do appreciate y'all watching again to the end of the video. If y'all got any questions or anything like that, you can leave them in the comments. And that was probably my most uncomfortable experience DoorDash and gig working or for anybody, real talk. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Stay lifted, be blessed.